we'd just finished the season and it was the best the Tactics had ever done, so we ended up coming third. And at the end of the season, like Silver Ferns and Ferns development squads get announced, and it was the first time in like a while I hadn't been like selected in any of them. So I was like, oh no, I'm going on holiday. So I actually went to Samoa for like a couple of weeks. And when I was in Samoa, I got an email from the Ferns being like, hey, we've got a camp in a couple of weeks. Can you come along to it?
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just there to like fill the numbers kind of thing.
Right.
And in the beginning, I was actually going to say no, just because I was like, man, I'm being on holiday. Like, I'm not in the best shape. Is it going to be like a bad look if I go in? But I spoke to someone real important to me and they were like, you need to take this opportunity. This is not going to come around again. So I like quickly found some running shoes, did some running in Samoa, came back and went into camp, and it was probably the hardest camp I've ever been to. I was like, whoa, this is like a whole nother level. So I thought high school to ANZ was like a big jump. That ANZ to Ferns was like almost like an even bigger jump, I reckon. But the first couple of days, like I wasn't training well. And I reckon I was just like overthinking everything. Like I was pushing too hard to like try and make a difference. But at the end of the day, I went home and I was like, no, I'm just going to have fun now. Like who cares? Just like enjoy it.
Well, what do those camps look like and how do they differ from, say, like an ANZ camp?
So Ferns camp are usually like a week long. And you're having like 2 to 3 trainings every day, sometimes games on top of that as well. And among that, you're also having like meetings. So like 24/7, I feel like you're just constantly your head has to be in it. Like you can't let it slip or anything. So it takes like a mental toll on you. By the end of the week, you're like shattered.
When the squads were first announced, you were saying that you didn't get selected. What was that feeling like? Because I know that, you know, someone like yourself who puts in hard work, who's bounced back from injuries. You said that you've been selected multiple times in the years past. What was that feeling like not being selected? And then you're like, you know what, stuff this, I'm going to Samoa.
Man, I was so disappointed. Like, I had felt like I had played well that season. So it was kind of like a stab in the back, I guess, for me. I was just like, oh, okay. But I guess it was like a good thing for me as well, because then this opportunity came up and ended up going to camp. And by the end of the week, she was like, oh, you've made the team. And I was like, what? I thought I was getting pranked. I was like, are you sure?
Gotcha. Back to Samoa you go.
And so you made this team, and now you're in camp with all these girls who are elite at the at the position as well. What's it like? You know, you're obviously in camp with these girls. They're your sisters, so to speak, but you're also competing with them as well, trying to get that spot. You know, how's that, you know, trying to beat that person in your position, but also try and stay friends with them at the same time. Also going out clubbing with them.
It's weird because I think my mentality changed when I got into that Ferns environment, and I was just trying to be like a sponge and like soak everything in. Like for me, it wasn't like I want to be a starting 7 and I want to get heaps of court time. Like I just wanted to learn heaps. And almost for me, it was like a stepping stone to then go into ANZ the following year, play well there, and then hopefully like get selected again.